Do you believe the official explanation here? Because I don't. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams snubbing Joe Biden when he came to Georgia to give a voting rights speech. Now, the official explanation here was that there was a scheduling conflict. So I guess you had to feed a pet turtle or try on a wedding dress or fly in a blimp to the moon or something like that. I guess there was something that was so much more important to where she could not be there for the president's speech. And remember, Stacey Abrams, her whole thing has been about voting rights. She's been anti-gun. That was her little shtick during her failed governor campaign. But beyond that, she's been about voting rights. Oh, these evil, hateful, racist Republicans, they want to take voting rights away from the black community, all this, that, and the third. All of those talking points, exactly what Joe Biden was talking about during his speech. But for some reason, she couldn't be there. I guess playing with the Barbie dolls in the bedroom was more important. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you're going to see Joe Scarborough of MS13 DNC, aka MSNBC, pretty much give my sentiments and a little bit more. But after we get done with that, I'll come back. I'll talk about what was said there. Then I give you my 2 cents and my deep detail analysis. And then I wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I'm not criticizing Stacey Abrams here. I am making a comment about the political standing of Joe Biden as seen from a woman who's running for governor of Georgia and wants to win that election. Politicians show up with presidents when they have 52% approval ratings. Politicians don't show up with presidents when their approval ratings may be in the 30s in a state where they want to be elected governor. Or there's another reason. Or you're getting the tires rotated, and right now in the middle of COVID, that's kind of hard. I just don't know. I would say this about whatever. This is politics 101. I find it fascinating, and it speaks less to Stacey Abrams, it really does, than it does what she perceives Joe Biden's political standing to be in the state of Georgia right now. That she's not showing up at an event that was custom made for her.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, there's quite a bit I want to say. First of all, shout out to Joe Scarborough for being reasonable. I've said it before. If you want to fix MSNBC, you can start first by eliminating Joy Reid, people like that, and some of the others. But you can keep Joe Scarborough. You keep him on there. Okay, I'm not a fan of his, really, but I think he's more reasonable than a lot of their hosts. People like Joy Reid are ridiculous and everybody else, even Rachel Maddow. But Joe Scarborough and Mika, they're decent. If you can bring them a little bit more to the right and a little bit more center, it'll be a tolerable network, okay? Because what he said right there was right on point. It's like, look, what do you really got going on, Stacey Abrams? I mean, for real. Are you married? Do you have any kids? Do you got your daughter's ballet recital? I don't believe so. I believe she's just trying to be a political hitman. So what else you really got going on? This event was crafted just for you, Miss Abrams. You're talking about the black community. You got black folks in attendance. He's talking to black folks. You're talking about voting rights. All that's right there as well. You wouldn't be the governor of Georgia. You believe you got cheated because of some things with the voting. Everything is right there just for you. The speech was an affront. It was kind of an attack on the current governor, Brian Kemp. So everything makes sense for Stacey Abrams to attend. Why would she not attend? The event was probably created with Stacey Abrams in mind. It's like, okay, we're going to go to Georgia. We're going to have some black folks, some of the preachers and whatnot. They're going to be there. Stacey Abrams, she'll be there, or they expect them to. They don't believe that if the president calls, they're going to be like, oh, no, I got something better to do. I can't make it. I'm watching the Spider-Man movie with some popcorn and I got a few snacks I snuck in. I'm busy. I'm sorry. I can't do nothing for you. They don't expect that to happen. Okay. It doesn't really make any sense. Now, here's the question. Why would she snub Joe Biden? Well, it's obvious. As he was saying, the approval rating is in the toilet. You're talking about less than 40% approval rating, 60% disapproval rating. That's not good for a sitting president. you want it to be right around 50, 52, 53, 54, 55, because that is going to kind of correlate to what he would get in an election, which would mean he will win. You may not have everybody that like you, and that's fine. It was the same way with Trump. Not everyone liked him in 2016 when he ran and won, but enough of us liked him to where he was able to succeed. If you don't have that type of confidence in the current sitting president and he just got in office, that's not a good look. And if you go out there with him and campaign with him or try to stump for him, it could hurt you as well. You got midterms coming up, then you got 2024 coming up, and he probably won't run again. So if you attach yourself to this sinking ship, which is what it is, he's not going to run. His policies are failing. Inflation, gas prices, all that kind of stuff is just through the roof. Everything's through the roof. Housing through the roof. It's not good. Things are not going very well for the current president. So why be attached to him? Why show your face with him? This is why so many Democrats are retiring this year before the 2022 election, before the midterms, right? It's like 25 people retiring that are current sitting Democrats in the House representatives. What's the point in running again? You have very low approval ratings for the president. He's not doing a good job. We're not going to be able to maintain power. So I'm going to go ahead and just fall back. I don't want to have the embarrassment. I don't want to have to spend a bunch of money and just lose. I'm going to go ahead and just fall back. That's kind of what's going on here. Okay. People are retiring. People are quitting in the administration. People are leaving Kamala Harris. And that's something else. Kamala Harris has even lower approval ratings than Joe Biden. So the president's not popular. The vice president is even less popular, which is no surprise, really, because Kamala Harris was doing poorly during the primary when she was trying to become the president herself. She didn't fare well. She's not doing well. Biden's not faring well. Quite frankly, the Democratic Party are not doing very well, and they're fractured. You got the AOC wing. You got the Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi wing. They disagree, and they're both not doing very well. So why go out there with you? I think it's a sign that they pretty much are getting prepared to lose. They're getting ready to lose, and for us, on our side, on the right, it's a good thing, right? It's a sign of good fortune because we know there's kind of like blood in the water. So right now, if you are trying to become the next House rep or senator, whatever it is, now is the perfect time to get into it. There's a red wave happening. I think the whole thing with Virginia was kind of and it was an enlightening moment. It showed the country and the world, quite frankly, that people don't like Joe Biden's policies. Okay, Virginia has been the blue state for a long time because of Northern Virginia, where all the DC people live. But even in the northern counties, Fairfax, Alexandria, all of that, even in the northern counties, they're going more red. Now, have they turned red? No, not quite. Okay, Alexandria, Fairfax, they're still pretty red. Blue, pardon me. But they're leaning more red. So here's an example. Let's say Fairfax County was 65% Democrat, 35% Republican as far as the votes. And then that goes to 55% Democrat, 45% Republican. Well, there's still a blue county and blue city, but there are more people in that county and city that want to vote for the Republican guy than there were last time. Not more than a Democrat guy overall, but more than last time. And if you can have that same effect happen all over the state in these blue areas, the numbers will make it be to where the Republican guy wins overall. You're going to win way out far west by West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, etc. You're going to win out there in North Carolina. You're going to win there. You're going to win in southern parts of the state. You're going to win beyond Tidewater, Richmond City, and Northern. You're going to win right there on the right. But if you can get people in those blue places to vote more red, then you're going to win overall. That same thing happened all over the country, and I think people know it. Stacey Abrams was probably advised to not go out there with him because they know he's a sinking ship and so is the Democratic Party. And really, as I close, my question would be, is she even going to run again? Is she going to show her face out there in Georgia again to lose again? Because I don't believe that if she runs, it's going to be successful. Now, she could run just for some money purposes, I suppose, to try to do the whole consulting thing. Oh, I got a consulting company. put the money back in my pocket, maybe, allegedly. I'm not trying to accuse her of that. I'm just saying, what would be the purpose of her running when she knows she's going to lose? I mean, personally, I wouldn't do it myself, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about Stacey Abrams snubbing Joe Biden? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I'm at with it. I think that she knows that it's a wrap. That I think she knows that the Democrats are pretty much finished, at least this year. This year they're finished. Joe Biden's not doing very well. So what's the point of her showing her face out there with this man? He's failing. He's a loser. He's pretty much like Weekend at Bernie's, being puppeted through out the administration. All right, 2 feet in the ground. She knows he's done. The Democratic Party knows he's done. And a lot of Democrats know that since he's done, Kamala Harris is done. And quite frankly, the Democratic Party is done, at least for now. They're going to try to regroup and re-strategize and figure out a way to come back. But for right now, it's a wrap. And all we got to do on the right is just keep the foot on the gas. Don't let up. Don't be like, oh, well, they threw in the towel. It's a wrap. Don't do that. You know, that's kind of like playing possum. Don't do that. Keep your foot on the gas. Keep going forward and understand why we got to vote midterm, federal, whatever we can vote for, whenever we can vote, do it. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.